We're on.
Who are you?
I'm Wolverine Steve.
Okay, because I'm Buckeye Drew and I'm the host. Welcome to Big Ten Frenemies 73rd episode. Well, we don't actually, I don't remember what episode it is. So I'm just making- Are you sure?
9.5,
We took a few weeks off.
Don't forget the underwear.
Anyways, we're back at B-Dubs filming again. Which, Steve, does that make you feel anxious or weird or nervous?
What's that?
Because they serve mostly chicken?
No, actually, it does not.
It doesn't?
No,
Okay.
no.
That's a shock.
However, I think that in certain situations that can be some solid advice to avoid nervous birds. Yes.
Do you believe there's a such thing as a nervous bird?
Yeah, well, yeah. That's why that expression, hey, don't be a chicken, right? Chickens are nervous as shit.
No, I don't think that's what
It tastes really good, though. Sorry, Coach, it tastes really good.
Okay.
What are you guys talking about?
Harbaugh, you know.
Because there's nothing else happening in the news these days.
There's
Big
that
Ten
other
football
thing.
related.
That other thing. Right.
Let's talk about Harbaugh's quirky chicken comments.
Sorry, I wanted to start on a light note before we get really deep here, Steve.
Okay.
My bad for trying to bring a little bit of pleasure to our listeners. Dan.
All right.
Let's get into the crap.
Okay.
Urban Meyer, Zach Smith situation. If you don't know what it is, where the fuck have you been? So there have been some incidents and reports that Zach Smith had some domestic abuse with his wife when they were together. Most notably, 2009 incident down when he was a intern at Florida and she was pregnant, which we'll get into that later. And then 2015, which was the most recent incident, which is the cause of his firing. Urban Meyer has been dragged into it because at the Big Ten Media Day, he denied knowing about it on several occasions. Now, we're going to talk in depth about a lot of things, but I want to begin by saying if Zach Smith did beat his wife and Urban Meyer knew about it, even as an Ohio State fan, yes, I believe he deserves to get fired. Now, if, on the other hand, he didn't know, or he knew, but he did all the proper channels, this ends up being a fight between spouses at the time and not a one-way street of abuse, I'm going to be calling for the head of Brett McMurphy and Paul Feinbaum, and just about any reporter or journalist who decided, let's hop out there and start talking shit before we know all of the facts. All you're doing is spouting off opinion. That's not a fact. Stop portraying it as such. Now, sorry, really had to get that off my chest. It feels good. Also, I hate
You look later.
I don't think it's like a pound of stress there. Steve, you are on the side that what he said, Urban Meyer said at Big Ten Media Day, is a dead giveaway. That something's wrong.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because he lied, and generally, in my experience, being old, when somebody lies, it's
Is that
generally
your job or?
no. It's generally when somebody lies, it's generally to hide something, and it doesn't jive with me at all that he denied having any knowledge of the 2015 incident at the time, and insinuated that the reporter was, kind of crazy to even bring it up. But then he fired him. Why would you fire him? I mean, if there was nothing that happened and you did all of the proper things, why would you still fire the guy? I don't understand that.
So let me give you my take on that exact reason. So he gets fired. Okay. Now, we all know who Zach Smith is. Besides the wide receiver coach, he's also the grandson of Earl Bruce. He played football at Bowling Green for Urban Meyer. Interned down in Florida. And obviously, Urban Meyer, coming from the lineage of Earl Bruce playing under his wing, that's family. That's family right there. So not only are you looking at a father figure of Earl Bruce, you're looking at almost a son figure in Zach Smith. Now, yes, I agree with you. When somebody lies, they're trying to hide something. But hiding something can come in many different forms. And that could be hiding someone you consider family from what could be, from the media, on something that involves his personal life, not the football field. Which automatically, I don't believe those two should go together. Whether I agree with abuse or not, which I don't think those two should be put in the same thing. Now, if he's hiding it from, it's purely because he doesn't want to see the guy get hurt. And why would he fire him in 2015? It's because, like you said, news is breaking, everything's coming out, they need to let him go. It's happened too many times. So at
But
this
they
point,
fired him now for something that allegedly happened in 2015. But even though in 2015 they had the facts that he reported to his boss, he's saying now, which why wouldn't Ohio State put his boss on paid leave instead of him on paid leave? I don't understand that. But they put him on paid leave. They didn't put Gene Smith on paid leave.
that's true.
So I just don't understand. The only thing we have to go on is Urban Meyer writes a one-page letter that had his lawyer's fingerprints all over it.
Yeah.
Right, with the legal jargon and stuff. It didn't seem like there was any remorse for the alleged victim and stuff here. So I'm guessing that he's thinking there was been no abuse. So as we talked about, if there was no abuse, I think we're all on the same page. Are we all on the same page? If he literally abused her, was a one-sided abuse, domestic abuser, Urban Meyer knew about it, didn't do anything about it, that he deserves to lose the job. Do all three of us agree on that?
We all agree on that.
And we all agree that if he didn't abuse his wife, that Jack Smith probably didn't deserve to lose his job, and Urban Meyer certainly doesn't deserve if there was no abuse. So I mean, that's a huge question behind it. But there's only one person in this whole thing that has come out and admitted to lying and has obviously lied, and that's Urban Meyer, and that just makes me very suspicious.
Okay, but you can't just say that one lie then leads to another lie. It doesn't just work that way. If you're lying about nothing, it doesn't mean he's lying about a slew of other things.
It doesn't, but it doesn't mean he's not lying either. You know, it just makes you. Doesn't that make you? And John, take Urban Meyer out of the mix. If somebody you meet somebody, let's say you had just met Phil, and Phil lied to you about something, and you found out he lied. Wouldn't that make you more suspicious when he was telling you other things? Honestly,
It depends what it was about.
okay.
Honestly, I am a matter of circumstance. I'm not just going to say that, Phil lied to me because he said this beer tasted good, and then I try it and it tastes like shit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, not trust his judgment. That's just his preference. Just like it was probably Urban Meyer's preference not to want to talk about somebody else's personal life. Not even his own, their personal life. I think that
I mean, I'm sure he'd be the first to admit he should have just said, "I don't have a comment on that."
absolutely.
Or,
It all would have been better if
I'm
he
not
did that.
prepared to discuss
But
that.
even if that was said, they still would have tried. They still would have brought it back to him. They
He
would
would
have
have,
let that
but
story
his
out.
ass wouldn't be in his hot water than it is now.
Now, also, let's see. So ESPN had a huge amount of layoffs, including one, Brett McMurphy. So you've got a guy who's on the tail end of his career, has been let go by ESPN, and now has somehow just gotten this juicy story about Zach Smith beating his wife and Urban Meyer knowing about it, and it's something that ESPN couldn't pick up on, only him.
It doesn't make-
This is like his glory day to come back.
Well,
And that's what he's
see, to
using
me,
it as.
I don't consider him part of the story because he
How can you not?
he has his video interview, right, with the alleged victim in this case.
Right.
This is her story. This isn't his story. He's just
But
relating.
he's making it
Yeah,
his story.
as a journalist, you are reporting it. So now, if I'm going to report this, then I, as a journalist, have to know my sources are good before I'm willing to just throw that out there. That's what we do all over the place these days. Is stuff just gets thrown out there. And for God's sake, you can have literally something that is a flat-out lie go around the internet like it's true, and you have to have some website.
Right, but in this case, his source is the victim and
Right, and he came correct. He didn't-
the text messages and everything else. So
Right.
it isn't like he's just spewing out some allegations and having them work.
Really, then why is he personally attacking Urban Meyer on Twitter? It is no longer journalism when you start attacking somebody personally.
I don't know that he's attacking him personally.
What did he-
but
I didn't
if
see
he
the-
is, he
After Urban Meyer's letter
shouldn't
was
do that,
released
but
on
that doesn't-
Friday, he came right out and called Urban a liar to his face on Twitter.
But what,
when he
what
is.
is it like? Did he say
He was saying because
Something responds to that?
he didn't know that he lied on media day, so therefore he's lying right now in his letter, his release letter.
Right. So what
How is that journalism? If you're actually now talking to the person.
Well,
that isn't journalism. That's
journalism
he's tweeting.
today.
It is. I mean,
Right,
our
but
president of the United
I'm
States
talking
tweeting every
traditional
night.
journalism because I see journalism the same way. It's just spew. It's diarrhea, and then you just hope a few things stick or somebody gets amused by it.
We've known each other a long time. I have nothing but respect and admiration for you.
That's the first
He's
time
not
I've ever heard that.
Not a
First time I've
not
ever
a
heard
typical Buckeye fan. But this story has nothing to do with the reporter.
I think it does. I think it has a lot to do with the reporter.
I don't agree.
Why?
I just think that's you're turning the focus in on something else. I know, you know what, because I've been on that side too. This is one concern I have as a sports fanatic, because we see things through our own eyes, whether we try to be unbiased and all this, but I mean, I at one point thought the Fab Five thing was like, oh my God, they're just out to get him. You know what I mean? Like, I just, if you, it's hard to take your own.
Okay, let me stop you right there because it's not being an Ohio State fan. I've said this to you before, so I'm surprised your mind is this clouded. If Zach Smith and his wife end up turning out to be that it was a mutual fight,
Right.
and Urban Meyer, all he did was lie to the media, which who the fuck cares if you lie to the media? Honestly, they're garbage anyways. Their lives have already been screwed up to a huge point because of the reporter who released it. All he wanted to do was release her side of the story. Great, but that's not the whole story. That's not all the facts. So if all the facts come out and both of them are innocent, they didn't do anything wrong except didn't want to talk about the media and portrayed it in a wrong way, their lives are ruined because of that reporter. There is no way you can tell me that the reporter has nothing to do with it.
Wow.
Now, if he reports it and all that is true, then you're right. I'm wrong. But guess what? Those facts aren't out, so there's no way he's not a part of this story. He is equally a part of this story. And now ESPN is giving him more airtime than he's ever had before. Come on. He knows he's in his glory
He's the guy
days.
that broke the story. So if it turns out that he's full of shit and none of this was true, then Zach Smith should sue the hell out of Urban Meyer at Ohio State University.
Why?
Because he just lost his job over a false report.
You can't sue Urban Meyer. You could probably sue Ohio State University. But considering he went on air in an interview, which I'm assuming you didn't watch, you would go ahead and say, yeah, but he can't sue them at this point.
The Zach Smith interview?
Zach.
No, I'm not watching that shit.
Why?
They released.
Why wouldn't you want to watch the other guy's side of the story?
That's a good point.
And what did he say?
he gave.
It doesn't make
I
sense.
see.
But that's a very fundamental issue. I mean, if I don't want to watch it,
I read what Zach Smith said about Urban Meyer. I read that.
So you did that, but you didn't go ahead and watch the whole video because right now, what that puts you in a position in, if I'm to assume, I assume you automatically are siding with Courtney, and everything she said is true. So everything that this guy has produced to you in the media is true because you don't want to see the other guy's side of the story. If you took that to court, if that's how they did it in court, like we're just going to show one side, but screw this guy.
No,
You
in
have a
court,
lot of
I would
innocent
take
people
I would
put
take
away.
the text message that she has from Zach, basically admitting
But
that
he
abused
did
the shit out
he
of
did
her.
not in any way actually admit to anything. He never said, I did this. He said, sorry. You can say sorry for a
He said, "I know." She said,
I know
ever
what?
after you cheated
It just said,
and did
"I know,"
that,
right? What did it say
the
after
abuse only got worse. It got escalated worse or something to that effect. And he said, "Yes, I know. I'm sorry."
Okay, so we've got
To me,
a
that's an
psychopath.
acknowledgement.
We got a psychopath who is storing text messages from 3 years ago. First of all, that's already a bad sign. She has 4 DUIs on her record. She's been pointed out by her family for lying, being a gold digger, and starting these fights. Starting
A lot of
physical
lying
altercations.
in the Ohio State group.
How do you know they're Ohio State fans? They're just family of hers. So how do you explain that then?
Explain her issues.
Yeah.
Just because she has DUI doesn't give her the right to get the shit beat out of her.
No, is that how you just took that? Nobody in there. Nobody.
No, you're
got
questioning
beat because
no,
you
no,
got a
you're-
DUI.
I know, I'm kidding. You're questioning her character and
Yes.
her integrity.
Right.
I understand that. But I'm saying right now, there's a text message that pretty much admits, or he pretty much admits to abuse.
There's also 0 police reports. There's 0 arrests made. That 2015 incident, it's because she wasn't where she was supposed to be to pick up the kids.
Well, I think the one thing that we've also missed is that it's in a lot of these instances is we're going up to Urban Meyer. What should he have done? What is Zach Smith? What about Urban Meyer's wife? What about
Shelley?
your families?
She's employed at the University
if
of
there are people who are aware of these things and are not being challenged or being held to some sort of accountability, then what? Then why do we hold somebody like Urban Meyer responsible if people who are more directly in the situation are not doing anything?
Okay, I will concede that to you. Now, what if Shelley, who has a lot of these text messages, hey, pay attention. She has a bunch of these text messages, right? She was involved in it, right? Okay, so what if she, in her own figuring things out, was like, this isn't all true? What if her and the other wives have seen the other side that we haven't been explained to you?
They have text messages from Courtney to Urban's wife, Shelley, and where Shelley says, I have to tell Urban about this. And she said, yes.
Right.
That's good. Go ahead.
He said he should know about it, something like that. Yeah. So whatever.
And Urban always preaches what a great marriage they have and stuff. And you can't tell me that then she didn't go and tell him after she said
if she didn't, she deliberately did not. She deliberately thought about it and chose not to.
Yeah.
She clearly would have told him any other thing. They're married. They're husband and wife. If the only reason she would not have is because she thought about it and said, I do not want Urban to know about this because...
Then we know the chances are very, very slim. After she said, I have to tell him.
Okay, well, what...
Because she has a duty at that point to report it. So then...
Okay, but what about when they did talk about it?
I don't think she...
Wasn't she an employee at Ohio State?
She is, yes.
Yeah.
Are all employees bound by Title IX?
No.
I don't know.
And also, Title IX was put into his contract when?
A few months ago.
Yeah, a few months ago. So why would he have to go backtrack and report a 2015 incident?
Well, he doesn't. He already did. He said
He already did, right?
did.
But even if he didn't, let's say he didn't, why would you have to?
I don't know the answer to that. I don't
You
know if he does. I don't know if he does or
backtrack
not.
and do that.
But the reality is, we can cloud, and you can judge me for not watching Zach Smith's interview or whatever.
Right.
This is a very simple thing where it comes down to was she abused or not.
Right.
Right now, there seems to be some pretty strong evidence that it's at least very, very possible. And enough where he reported the findings to Ohio State. He's telling us now after the fact where he fired a man that he cares so much about. Just fired him like that. As soon as it leaked to the media,
He did not bring it to
because he
Ohio
cares
State.
so much about doing the right thing.
He didn't bring it to Ohio State.
Who did?
The police did. I've explained this to you. The police brought it
In 2015.
in 2015
Okay.
because
So
2009
why did
has
Urban
nothing to
say,
do with Ohio
I
State.
reported it to the proper channels or whatever in his one-page document.
Because after Gene Smith talked to him, he went to talk to Zach. He talked to Zach, and from what he talked to Zach about, he found there was
He was
nothing.
wrong.
So he reported it back. He's like, I had found nothing. That's why he would report
Okay.
that. But it was originally brought to Gene Smith's attention by the police.
Has Urban commented yet why he fired him recently as soon as the report was released by the press?
I did not see it. They said it was the best thing for the university, and right now I think they have a little bit more to worry about than naming.
Yeah, I'm just saying, because they thought all the negativity and the scrutiny and stuff being brought up on the university wasn't a good thing, so it's better to make that change. But yet Urban's bosses aren't doing that with him right now.
Yeah, well, I should.
I think just from the conversation earlier, I think Steve's point is if he's not guilty, or if you're not aware of any of this big history, then why did you fire him?
Well, we understand, but we don't have that answer. All we can do is speculate. Now, even if they don't have any proof, like I said, they're letting Zach Smith go because it's starting to look really bad for the university. So what do? Shit rolls downhill. You got to let someone go. So you're obviously going to let the person go who this is all about.
Right.
What you're hoping to do there is throw the media off or just throw people off, try to like lose the set so they just move on to something else. Maybe keep talking about the Harbaugh chicken story. I don't know.
Do you think it? I thought I speculated earlier that it had to do with Earl Bruce dying in April. That firing his grandson, you know, that like he felt kind of he felt beholden to Earl Bruce in some way where he didn't want to fire let his grandson go. But now the man's in the 6 feet under. He's like, okay, I can do this and not feel like I'm.
Phil and I talked about it in the office earlier today, and we both, even as rivals, from a football perspective, we want Urban Meyer in Ohio State because it's good for the Big Ten. We want to beat Urban Meyer. You know what I mean? Like, it's good for the rivalry. So I know some people say, "Oh, Michigan fan, you don't want Urban Meyer." Yeah, well, he wants to beat him again. So you know what? It's like, no, but it isn't about that. Ohio State's going to win no matter who the hell their coach is. They're going to find another good coach. It's not about that.
That's not true.
Well, Jim Tressel was pretty damn good, right?
Who was our coach when you guys beat us last?
It was 1 year and you had an interim coach, Finkel Feliad. Yeah. But anyway,
so don't tell me that.
No, but it isn't about. It's not about football. The thing is,
but it is about
every
football
school has
too.
problems. Well,
do you
the
believe
reason why
these
Ohio
two should
State
be
fans are having a
intertwined?
march to me is about football because they don't want.
It is.
Let's be honest. You can love Urban Meyer. You can think he's a great guy. You don't know him. 99% of Ohio State fans don't know who Urban Meyer is. It's the same thing with Jim Harbaugh. It's the same thing with Mark D'Antonio. We know what we see in the public. We can go by actions. You don't really know. You don't really know him.
You're in the public eye for so long. How could you not? You're forced. You might not know their deepest, darkest secrets, but yeah, that's not for the public. If you ask me, their personal life should stay the hell out of football. This is football. This is whatever the fuck else you do.
Right, you get to know how they handle their program and everything like that, right?
Yeah.
You don't know. There's coaches out there that I'm sure would shock you behind closed doors how they act.
Yeah, we all watched Michigan's Amazon Prime feature. It's Flight of Rome and your asshole.
Anyway, so the reality is, I'm a Michigan fan. I know 90% of the country, when I'm reading, Urban Meyer's getting beat up pretty well. I know tons and tons of the national press are pretty much writing him off. I agree that you should let it play out. I don't think they're going to fire him. I don't think
you will either.
I think Ohio State. Oh yeah, let's let Gene be the fall guy because it's his second scandal. You know what I mean? You might as well get him out of there now.
How he survived Tressel, I don't know.
Let's dot that I and play some football, baby.
But I don't think it has anything to do with Urban Meyer. I think it is going to be Gene Smith that goes because.
Why? It's like, why should Gene Smith go over Urban Meyer?
Because they know he's going to land fine. And they also don't
But
want...
how is that right? How are you making your athletic career the fall when he didn't do anything wrong?
He can go anywhere else, but if they let Urban Meyer go, somebody will pick him up. And you do not want that threat.
That's all has to do with football.
Right.
Instead of doing the right thing.
What's the right thing? We don't know what the right thing is.
That's the problem is we don't
facts.
know. That it's hard to judge what the ethics of the situation without knowing what actually is
Urban
reality.
Meyer's letter, I didn't hear him say anything where he felt bad about,
You wouldn't put that in there. That would be career suicide.
Felt bad about what?
If you say I feel bad about that, that is an admittance of guilt. Why would he put that in a letter? That's even if he did or did not like that. That would be
so his
stupid.
stance is still that there's no abuse. I see.
He has no proof. You have pictures, right? Great. Well, guess what? In defensive modes, people get cut, scratched, bruised. So all you're seeing is a picture. Was there a picture of Zach
He should
actually
have fired
hit?
him then. He should have fired him.
It's
he
not
made two
always
huge-
up to the
he made-
coach. The coach has bosses.
You think Urban Meyer has to listen to his boss when it comes to that? Are you fucking kidding me? When
Yes,
they're doing
do.
everything they can to
I
keep
bet
this
you
guy.
there's a byline in his contract that says if the committee tells you have to do something, you have to do it. Because then he's breaking his contract, and then they can fire him and not have to pay him $38 million.
So it all
It's
comes down.
politics, bud. Wake up. Do you not see that? Urban Meyer doesn't have full say of what all of Ohio State does. He has his portion of say.
He's pretty powerful too.
He is, but he has nothing else.
But to that said, I could.
Well, if he's a man of character and integrity, he loves that guy. He could.
No, don't even tell me he should have said me or him.
No, yeah, he should have. You know what? They wouldn't have let either
Well,
one
maybe
of
he,
them
but
go.
maybe
If he's so damn right,
Maybe he doesn't know that. Again,
he doesn't know what happened.
Exactly. So maybe he's not about to die on that hill. He will say, "I'm not going to." Listen. You've been put us. There's your relationship. Whether you're beating her or she's batshit crazy, and you guys are, fighting back and forth. Whatever the case may be, you're putting us in bad situations and bad light. So if you two can't behave yourselves, or if you can't, whether you're beating her, in which case you should be gone. Period, or if it's going back, if it's back for whatever. I don't know every fact in this case.
He has clearly stated to him twice now. Zach Smith had 2 warnings from Urban Meyer. Once in 2009, and then again in 2015. Both times he said, "I swear to God, if I find out you hit her, you're fired." Now, I'm not saying that means that you hit her, but he's already given him 2 warnings. And even without a 3rd warning of 9 out of 10, with the media crashing down on it, you're kind of forced to let that kid go. You already gave him his warnings. You might love him, but you gave him his warnings. I got
If
warnings.
nothing new happened, I mean, you can talk as loud and repetitively as you want about it. It doesn't change my mind. Also, in fairness to me, I don't have nearly the experience defending scandals at my school as you guys do. Okay, this is a new area for me. Okay?
You do. It's just about 30 years ago. It's just 25 years ago.
So anyway, we didn't have a podcast.
And you were
back
alive.
then. We didn't have a podcast back then.
Right.
I want to hear what you think, though, about this. Because you seem to be in the urban life corner now. But listen,
I'm not.
listen.
What I'm,
Well,
Why do you
you
think you lied?
that you...
What do you think? What do you think you lied?
I truly don't. It's hard to get into somebody's head and think why they're going to lie. I don't know. Is it a cover up? I can think of you can think of multiple different reasons or kind of narrow things down and try to get. But at the end of the day, he was either caught off guard and he just was like, you know what, this is how I'm going to get out of my face, or he like you're saying, he wanted to. He just flat out lied because he didn't want to be involved with that case. I don't know what the exact reason is. He's trying to cover up his act. I don't know.
As much as you're saying you want Urban to place you, everything else you're saying contradicts that completely.
Because here's what it is. I'll tell you the honest God truth. It goes back to what we first said. No, I want the right thing to happen, and so do you, and so do you.
Yeah,
so if it turns out that this guy was guilty of this, we all want the same thing, right?
Right.
Remember when we found out, and I was kind of almost down about it, like at the restaurant, people were saying, I was down because I don't want him to be like the Ohio State coach, because I love that. Like, I want to be Urban Meyer. Like, I want that. It's the Ohio State fan base that I want to. It has nothing to do with it.
That is a horrible reason to want something bad to happen to another man.
Whoa, did I say I wanted Urban Meyer to be fired? No, I never said that.
That was an admittance of guilt.
No,
you want something bad to happen to someone else just to punish the Ohio State fan base?
It irritates me.
You understand you have tickets to go to Ohio State's game this year against Michigan, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It irritates me.
God, I hope we have more OSU
Yeah, there's going to be
fans by
18 people that recognize me from doing it.
I'm going to post your picture on town.
Oh, you're an asshole. You know what? I can't wait. I can't wait until our podcast is talking about Shea Patterson winning the Heisman Trophy.
Oh,
Michigan
God.
finally winning in Columbus. Michigan winning 52-3 in East Lansing. Michigan beating Notre Dame 17-0. I can't wait until those are our topics of discussion instead of this kind of bullshit.
That's going to be. You're going to be 100 then.
Honestly, so Notre Dame. Let's move. We've talked Meyer. Let's talk a little bit about your schedule then. So Notre Dame is game 1, right?
Yes, sir.
So I have a question for
Game
you,
day's
and it
going.
comes from one of my favorite movies, Training Day. You ever got your shit pushed in? Yeah, you always get love from the homies.
I don't.
Because that's what's going to happen in South Bend.
No, that's our next episode. We got to talk about the games, but no, it's gonna be a good game.
It's going to be. I thought that's when you said you guaranteed they would.
No, on the
I
fence.
thought you did. We should probably go
No,
find that
go
tape.
find it. It was like episode 5. I said Michigan State and Penn State. We were going to win one of those two, and then Notre Dame and Ohio State were going to win one of those two, and we're going to go 10-2. That's what I picked. You can go back and look at it. I said those are 4 toss-up games. I'm giving us 2, taking 2 away from us. I don't really think we're going to win 17-0 and 52-3 and freaking whatever else I said. I think we can win all
You
3
say
games.
that, but I have a hard time believing. I think you just lied to us.
What did you predict
How can I
the other
believe
day
you anymore?
about Michigan's schedule? Said 12-1.
10-2. Oh no, 11-1. Yeah, I decided. No offense, I decided we're going to beat Michigan State. So
Penn State will be the one giving you a.
we're going to beat them too. It's Notre Dame and Ohio. Notre Dame and Ohio State.
Are your 2 losses?
No, we're going to.
Well, if neither of them are your losses, you're predicting
Well,
the perfect
no.
season.
He's right. No, he's right because I picked 10-2.
So hard to find a loss on this
Fuck
schedule.
Never gonna
Shut
lose.
the fuck up. I picked 10-2 on the podcast, but I've since revised that to 11-1.
Didn't you and I agree like a 9-4, maybe an 8-5?
It's fine.
Yep.
I think
I said 9.
8-5 is your ceiling.
Are we almost out of time?
Right, what do we got here?
We're almost at 32 minutes.
How in the fuck did we turn this into?
Fire up triple odds.
It's a discussion about football.
Yeah.
Because that's
Yeah, I thought you wanted to talk about. You've been bitching.
No, I
this
do
whole
want to talk
time.
about football. I mean, how does it?
Did
As
you
a Michigan
really
fan, I
get
should have
into-
never gotten into a
Is that serious?
podcast with Ohio State and
Bunch of
Michigan
science
State.
guy.
Right? Am I right? The hell am I asking for?
Your shit to get pushed in.
No, I don't want my shit pushed in. That's rude,
Damn it.
nasty, vulgar. You don't want the shit pushed
Really?
in.
Because I remember an episode on here where you were talking about your winged helmet that you use for.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, and now it becomes inappropriate in your head again. Great. See, you don't get to play it that way.
So
I hope you never heard that episode, by the way. That was a terrible episode for all involved.
So our number quarterback just got injured, out for 2 months.
Who? What?
Josiah Scott is out for 2 months. That's going to be a
Who's your
be a
back?
shitter.
I don't know who will start. Kevin German.
Cornerback, not quarterback. Did you think he said quarterback? Because I did it first.
I did too.
Yeah.
No,
He's talking about a corner.
Maybe. You guys bring in talent and defense, especially
Yeah,
with
no,
your
we have some depth back there, but he's really freaking good.
Now, you know what I really do wonder, and not to pry on the Meyer thing, but how much that's going to affect recruiting. How many recruits are we going to lose,
I don't
or
think
are
you.
not going to skip out?
I don't think you lose that.
Really? That's hope. I think we'll lose a couple. I wouldn't doubt that.
I think it depends on.
As long as the car dealer's still handing out keys, it doesn't matter who's coaching.
I don't think that. Or necklaces.
Yeah, but no more of the fucking gold pants. We're ending those things.
So
No more of those.
no, I think
It's embarrassing.
It's going to depend on if what comes out. Is this? It's going to, if this comes out that he's, that there's spouse abuse and lies about spouse abuse, then yeah, I think it's good.
I don't know, because it might attract the wrong crowd. Remember what were your comments about us having the Florida team? All of our convicts.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's just. Every school is good. Kids get in trouble. 18 to 20 year olds make bad decisions. It was just somebody said in Florida he had like 34.
It was 31.
31.
121 on the roster. 31 had been arrested.
They were pretty good there for a while.
But most of those were, alcohol, drunken public, those kind of stupid things.
And then you add Tim Tebow to that mix. That's an interesting
Tim
mix.
Tebow was trying to save each and every one of those players one by one.
Yeah.
I stand by that. And he's probably doing the same with his teammates in baseball right now. Guarantee there's a few bad apples that he's trying to change.
What I promise to do to my Buckeye friends is I'll research a little bit more about Urban Meyer and his character and integrity, because maybe I just haven't
I
read
think you should also watch
completely
the
wrong.
Zach Smith video, the whole interview.
Okay, I'll watch the Zach Smith interview and video.
Yeah.
But the whole thing, let's wait till the facts come out. We don't have all the facts.
Like
I'm
Kurt
just saying,
Street said,
one,
wait for the facts.
one person so far has been proven to have lied and admitted to lying, and one person got fired.
And one person has scars and bruises. Or
You know what I'm
cuts
going to
and
do?
bruises all over.
Here's what I'm going to do for Michigan fans. I'm going to chase Harbaugh around with the camera and catch him eating chicken nuggets or some shit.
Well, that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting. And then next time
We're
we're not
gonna
going to talk about the restraining order
we're gonna
that
see who's
Harbaugh
the
has
liar.
on Andrew.
Hey, man.
Liar.
That's like my equivalent of getting banned on
In
Twitter
all
by other
sincerity,
people.
I hope that Zach, Courtney, that whole family, I hope that all gets resolved. Whoever needs help gets help, and that's the most important aspect of this. But I hope Urban Meyer remains Ohio State's coach. If that didn't happen, he doesn't deserve to lose his job. If it did happen, he does. And if he stays on, I look forward to amping up the rivalry on the field. And
What do you Mo 2.0?
yeah, I mean that's what I was looking forward to that. I want to beat him. I want to the Michigan fan. I want to beat him. You know what I mean? I get nervous, about when all that stuff in Michigan State was coming out. The same thing. It's like I don't want their coaches to leave. I don't want D'Antonio or Izzo to leave because
You're a real nervous bird, bud.
you want to beat them at their best. It's not as fun. You should know because Michigan's been down. You guys still enjoy winning, but it's not. It's not as fun.
Who doesn't
Like I
enjoy
talked about,
winning?
wasn't it more fun against Harbaugh and the teams like we brought in that was third in the country than it was beating Rich Ron's 3-19, 50 or 42
You know what? I
to
actually
3.
got really upset with a reporter the other day because they were speculating who's going to come in and replace as head coach, and somebody literally chose Rich Ryan.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like, why?
What?
Why would Ohio State do that to us?
It worked so well the first time.
That'd be a sweet hire, boy.
Yeah. Every Michigan fan celebrating. They're like, we're gonna win it all.
He always wore that red wristband. Maybe that was his wish. Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see. So hopefully,
I did appreciate D'Antonio just being like when they asked him about it, he's like, I don't want to speak on this at all. But
He's got. There's enough accusations and stuff that's going on, and Paul Levine and stuff that is just flat out, at best, inaccurate reporting. I mean, I've seen it, I've watched it. I haven't read all the stuff on OSU. I've read it all. I pay attention to all the stuff being broken down in Michigan State, of course. But you can't. I mean, there's literally nothing connecting. They took Larry Nassar and they put it on the Michigan State men's basketball and football.
Do you have something? Sorry, our fans are talking to us. Is there new information?
oh yeah. No, it's just about the. It just popped up.
When is that?
Within 2. Wow.
Are you-
no, that's.
Are you going
They might.
down?
Oh, they're rallying right now.
Oh, they're rallying.
Yeah.
All right.
It shows-
Okay, let me ask you this serious question though. They're rallying. If it turns out that it was true and he does get fired and you were part of that, when you feel bad?
That's why I don't know that I could be
You
rallying.
gotta wait for it to come out before you rally. Penn State fans should have taught people that. Like,
Yeah, but also that's a way big difference.
by the way, can we just talk something real quick? Because you guys were saying, like, D'Antonio, Urban Meyer, whatever. Joe Paterno. I mean, come on. Who saw that coming? That he had knowledge. I mean, that shocked me, I'll be honest with you. I always thought he was a little weird and stuff, but like I thought he was a man of high integrity. And
I was highly disappointed. I looked up to Paterno.
Weren't you surprised?
As a coach.
Oh, of course.
That's my point.
Blown away. But I think there's something. Listen, anything can happen. But what I'm saying is, I can't.